Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Am I
Good
audible?
morning, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. So our next we are going to discuss the sampling error. Okay. So the sampling error. Yeah. So we'll continue with our topic, that is sampling, but sampling methods are over. Now we will go for sampling distributions. Sampling distributions, right? So any idea what is a sampling error? What is a sampling error? Any idea? Yes. Yes. Mayank, any idea what is sampling error?
Sir, when we picked up an error during sampling.
What is that error? Yeah, what is that error?
The difference between
Ha,
population mean and sample mean, somewhat
yes,
like that.
yes, yes, very good. Any other opinion? Any other opinion? What is sampling error? Yes. Yes. Any other, whatever is you are coming in your mind, what you mean by sampling error?
So simply the selection of sample which is not quite relevant to what we are looking for. So analysis can have a different sort of samples which is not relevant to that. So in that case, there can be error in the sampling. The error can be minute depending. The error can be minute or very vast depending upon choosing the sampling.
Okay, okay. Actually, see, Mayank, this is something different. Let me explain you. Okay, let me explain you this. Yeah, 10. So let us explain this. Yeah. Any more opinion? What is sampling error? Because this is a very important concept. The whole sampling distribution is dependent on this actually. Any idea? Any other opinion? Yes. Uh, yes.
So, like it's written the difference
Yes. Basant.
between
Yes.
static and corresponding population parameter. So there will be a certain difference, and that is known as the error.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. No. Difference between what and what, that we have to understand. That is very important. Difference between what and what.
So the sample we have and the for what we are like the population parameter we are measuring that for.
Okay. Yes. Nitesh. Nitesh.
Sir, I think the analyst did not pick the right audience for taking sample.
No, no. That is something different actually. What I think Mayank is also trying to say. Hmm. Okay. Let us discuss this. Okay. Let us discuss this. See. So now let me take this pen. This is the crux of hypothesis testing. If you understand this actually, we will understand everything, hypothesis testing. Otherwise, it will create problem. See, if I have, I think I have not told you. Okay. So generally, when we test a hypothesis, just like I gave you an example of 5 crore Pepsi drinkers or any aerated soft drinks drinkers. So these drinkers 5 crore. See, whenever we do a study, we study on the sample of 1,000 or 2,000. Okay. But when we will infer about the study, then we will infer about all those 5 crore only. Then I will not say, yeah, this was my sample, I am inferring on my sample. Are you getting this? This is the crux of hypothesis testing, what we are discussing now. That means my sample is large, we understand it is 5 crore. So I selected 5,000, okay, instead of, but when I will do the hypothesis testing, I will not only conclude all the calculations I will do on the sample, but when I will conclude for whom? For not only 5,000, I will do the overall conclusion for the 5 crores. Are you getting me? Suppose I am doing some study with ICFI students, say 4,000, right? But my sample might be section D. Okay. So this section D, 60 students are my sample. Now, when I am doing the study, I will do all the study. I will take data from this 60. I will do mean, median, mode. I will calculate from with section D. But when I will show my result or when I will do my hypothesis testing, I will do for all the 4,000 students. I will tell that, yes, this is the customer satisfaction. This is the student satisfaction of ICFI University as a whole. Are you getting me? So so you should understand this difference. So what is sampling error? So now see, all your observation might be bifurcated into 2 elements. What are these 2 elements? Sample and population. Sample and population. So now now put a lens, just like, this detective use lens, right? They have some powerful lens. Now put a powerful lens and read this sentence again. The sampling error is the difference between what? A sample statistic. Look the word, it is not statistics, it is statistic. So it is different from statistics, number 1. And its corresponding population parameter. So just an example, what is sample statistic? The mean height of section D. The mean height of section D. But what is population parameter? What is population parameter? Mu. What is mu? The mean height of students of ICFI University. Try to understand this, the difference between sample statistic and population parameter. So when I say sample statistic, I mean my sample only, which is denoted by X bar. When I mean my population parameter, okay, it is mu. Okay, you can say, sir, same ही तो है, X bar और mu. Difference क्या है? Hell and heaven difference is there. Hell and heaven. X bar, I am talking about sample. X bar, again, I am repeating, X bar, I am talking about my sample. Mu, I am talking about my population. I am talking about population. This idea is very, very important. If any question, you ask now only. Is it clear or not? And the difference between these two, is called the sampling error. Is it clear or not? Sampling error. Yes, Basant? Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
It's clear. So sampling error is the difference between a sample statistic and its corresponding population parameter. So x bar, and mu. Similarly, these are the
is the sample statistic.
sample statistic. Please write down
And
this.
mu
I am
is the parameter of population.
mu is the population parameter.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Suppose I am studying standard deviation of height of section D. So what should be my population parameter? Sigma. So sigma we use for population parameter. S we use for sample statistic. Statistic can be anything. It can be mean, median, mode, standard deviation, right? Are you getting? So this is called the sampling error. Suppose I calculate the mean height of 60 students of section D. I got 5 feet. Try to understand. I'm giving a very simple example. Very simple concept, but you should understand this. 5 feet 2 inch. I can measure this. Suppose I get all the height of 60 students of section D in an Excel sheet. It will take 30 seconds for me to calculate the mean height. Okay. So I calculate the mean height. I get of section D mean height is 5 feet 2 inch. Now, this is my what? Sample statistic or population parameter? This is my
Sample.
sample statistic, because now it will depend on the context. For me the population is all the students of ICFA University. 4,000 is my population, but I have taken only 60, as I am teaching 60. I am teaching 120, but okay, I am taking 60 as my sample. So this 5 feet 2 inch is my sample statistic. Okay, is my sample statistic. But if I now want to do, if I now I say that for can I say this, that for ICFA University the average height of the students is 5 feet 2 inch? Can I say, Basant? Yes. Yes, Tejaswita,
sir, we can say
where are
that.
you?
Yes, sir, we can say that.
Can we say this? See, very important. This point you must understand. Can I say this?
Sir.
Yes, Madhvi, can I say this?
Yes, sir, we can say that because we are taking it as a sample from whole population.
But does it necessarily, थोड़ा सा physically सोचिए, क्या जरूरी है ये 5 feet 2 inch होना ICFA यूनिवर्सिटी, पूरा यूनिवर्सिटी का सैंपल का? जरूरी है?
No.
No, sir.
हो सकता है, it may be, but does it should be, होना ही चाहिए क्या?
So there are possibilities that it can happen.
Are you getting this? Feet 2 inch. This you can say, right? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this difference, small minor difference may come. This difference is called sampling error. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Akash, is it clear? Okay. Now, let us proceed. So this concept is very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. Let us move forward. So now we will discuss something called sampling distribution. So now I start sampling distribution of the sample means. So what does this mean? Sampling distribution of the sample means. Right. So try to understand the sampling distribution of the sample mean is a probability distribution consisting of all possible sample means of a given sample size selected from a population. Anything? Could you understand anything from this? What does this mean? What does this mean? Yes, Tejaswita. What can you understand from this sentence?
Sir, that we'll have to, according to sampling distribution, we basically take like the most possible mean from the all the samples that are given in the suppose we're taking an example of population. So we'll take the most possible sample mean from the given population.
Very good, very good, very good. So I will give you an example so that you understand this concept. Okay. See, if you don't understand this concept, it is no problem, but it is a bit conceptual actually. So I will give you a example, right? I will give you an example so that you understand what is sampling distribution of the sample mean. Okay. Until and unless I give you an example, will not. So please look at my slide, all of you. Please look at my slide. Hope it is visible clearly. So to make you understand, I have taken a very small data, right? My population, what is my population size? Can anybody tell me from this example, what is my population size?
7.
7. What is my sample size? Please read this and you can get.
Three.
No, my sample size is 2. 2. So let me tell you what is this. This data, what we are going to study, we are going to trying to understand what is sampling distribution of the sample means. This is our topic. Just an example. So suppose, see this one. See hourly earning of the production employees of XYZ industry. So there are 7 employees. There are 7 employees. Okay. Joe, Sam, Sue, Bob, Jan, Art, Ted. These are the 7 employees. Now what I will do? First, I will calculate the average salary. These are the salary. These are their hourly earning. Money they earn per hour. Okay. So first of all, just we did in probability distribution, if you understand. So I am trying to make you understand what is sampling distribution. So I have a population of 7. So first of all, what we will do, we will calculate the population mean. We will calculate the population mean. How should we calculate the population mean? First, we'll sum up all these 7 salary divided by 7. That is my sample mean. So just have a look. If we do this, if we calculate the population mean, how much it is coming? $7.71. Clear? Is it clear? This is my population mean, right? Because my population is not so large here. In case of Pepsi drinkers, it was 5 crore. So 5 crore, it was impossible. Sometimes we will not understand who are the Pepsi drinkers also. So this I have taken a small example to understand. Okay. So this 7 employees salary, right? And I calculate the population mean, and it is 7.71. Okay, 7.7. Now look here. What is the sampling distribution of the sample mean for samples of size 2? That means now from these 7 employees, we will try to extract as many as possible samples we can. And we can do by how in what method? By 7C2. How we can extract? So 7 NCN 7C2. So many number of samples I can collect from this salary data. There are 7%. So I first take, how can I take? So if you do 7C2, I think all of you know the combination by this time. So if you do, it is 21. So I get 21 samples. How can I get? See, first I will take Joe, Sam. I will take Joe and Sue. I will take Joe and Bob. I will take Joe and Jen. Then I will take Sam and Bob, Sue. I will take Sue and Bob. I will take Sue and Jen. I will take, so every combination will take, and we'll get 21 samples. Now, what is the mean of the sampling distribution? This mean. Now let me show you. So I have taken some samples. So total 21 samples. Up to here, is it clear? Up to here it is clear, or any question? Hope it is clear.
Clear, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. So now see what I have done. What I have done. See, this is just to understand. If you don't understand this statistic, it's okay. If you just remember the statement, it is okay. But what actually means, you should understand what I feel. So I have drawn. Now see all the combinations of how many? 21 sample I have taken out. These are the 21 sample possible from those salary of those 7 employees. Again, I repeat, these are the 21 possible samples from 21 possible samples from the salary of 7 employees. 21, 7C2, very simple. Now, how do I take? Sometimes see, I take Joe Sam, I take Joe Sue, I take Joe Bob, I take Joe Jan, I take Joe Art. In this, I take Joe. Then Sam Sue, Sam Bob, Sam Jan, Sam Art, Sam Ted, all possible combinations. And this I have showed smaller number because I can show you. If I take 60, suppose in your section, if I want to take, so I have, number is very large. I cannot show you, no? So 60 C2, such a big number. So here, these are my sample. Now, these are the hourly earning. These are the hourly earnings of both of them, Joe and Sam, 7, 7. So mean is 7. Please look at my screen. Joe and Sue, 7, 8. So mean is 7.5. Joe Bob, 7, 8. So mean is 7.5. Joe Jan, 7, 7. So 7.0. Joe Art. And in this way, all the 21 you can calculate their means. So what are these means? Tejasvita, what are these means? Yes, Tejasvita.
Yes, sir.
What are these means?
So these are the average mean, I think, of Joe and Sam, like of the 2 that we've taken in combination.
Right, right. So these means, please listen, these means are the means of all the possible samples that can be taken from the population. Again, I repeat, please try to understand. Please try to understand. These means are the means of all possible samples that can be taken from the population of 7. मेरा population 7 ही है, but उससे मैंने combination करके 21 निकाला. इस एक 21 sample का मैंने mean लिया, right? So this mean, so this mean is the mean of the 21 samples. And if I take the mean of these means, please all of you look here. Mu, can you see suffix x bar? What does x mu? This is not simple mu. Now what I am calculating? Mu x bar. Mu x bar. So that is equal to sum of all sample means. All means, how many do I mean? Not these 3 only. How many I mean? This means all the 21 means that I showed you. All the 21 means 7, 7. Divide by 21. This is called the mean of the sampling distribution of the possible sample means. Is it clear or not? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting yes or no? Please tell. If no, then I will again.
How will we do it if the sample is of a big quantity?
Please understand, you don't have to do it anywhere. You don't. I am just making your concepts clear. आपको ये कहीं नहीं करना है. Okay, आपको सिर्फ समझना है कि कैसे आ रहा है. ये जो sentence है, I am just explaining this sentence. Okay, which I asked at the beginning. Just to explain this sentence, I am just to explain what is sampling distribution of the sample mean. I told you how it is coming. You should understand this. And see this mu, please all of you look here. This is, see this population mean, what I have written, mu. But see this mean, what I have written here. Yes, Tejaswita. Mu,
Yes, sir.
suffix, mu suffix, x bar. That means, what is this mean? This mean is the mean of the sampling
Statistic.
distribution. This mean, yes, statistic. This and this mean is the mean of the means. Okay, this mean is the mean of all the sample possible. 21 sample. This 21. This 21 that I showed you. All the I calculate 21 means, na? All of you please see, I calculated 21 means for all the 21 sample and then took the mean of this means. This is called the mean of the sampling distribution of all possible samples that can be taken from the population. Is it clear or not? Yes. Yes, Akash, where are you? Sleeping? No. Just
no,
joking. Okay, Akash, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you got this?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, very good. Now see, now as we did in the probability distribution, please look here. Please look here. We will plot. What we will plot? We will plot all these 21 means. Okay, why there are only 5? Because there are repetition among the mean. You can see this. This mean is 7, 7.5, 7.5. So you can see just 7.5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 7.5 is there. So 7 point. So I have taken a scale. What is x-axis in this scale? In this, what is the x-axis? What is the x-axis? I have taken the sample mean of hourly earning. All the 21. I have taken all 21. It is showing fine, but I have taken 21, right? Because their repetition, you are seeing only 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9. But actually there are 21 samples in the x-axis. So sample mean of hourly earnings I have taken in the x-axis, and I have taken the probability in the y-axis. And now look carefully. If I draw a diagram, if I join them, it becomes a normal distribution. But see the population distribution, it is not a normal. Can you see? It is not normal distribution. So there is something called very important. There is very important called central limit theorem. What does central limit theorem says? What does central limit theorem says? For a population with a mean mu and a variance sigma square, the sampling distribution of the means of all possible samples of size n generated from the population will be approximately normally distributed. And we have seen that. See, approximately it's a normal distribution. The right hand side, don't see the left hand side, see the right hand side. It is approximately normal. And this is a very, very important property. This is a very, very important property of statistics. Without this, the statistician cannot do, because suppose your population is not normal. You cannot apply this without normality. I hope I talked about normality. So if your data is not normal, you cannot apply any of the statistical tests except chi-square. So I mean non-parametric test. So your data has to be normal. And this is the theorem that you will apply and say that for a population with mean mu and a variance sigma square, the sampling distribution of the means of all possible sample size n, in our case it was 2. I took a small sample so that I can show you this. Generated from the population be approximately normally distributed. Got my point? So what it means, even if the population is not normally distributed, if we take the sample mean distribution, this distribution will be normal. The population may not be normal. Population distribution may not be normal, but the sample distribution must be normal. That is explained by central limit theorem. Mean of the sampling distribution equal to mu. Actually, this is mu suffix x bar. This is not. So can you understand what is the difference between mu and mu x bar? Is it clear now? Mu and mu x bar, and the variance equal to sigma square by n, and the variance equal to sigma square by n. So the variance is sigma square by n. So what will be the standard deviation? Yes.
Sigma by
Yes.
root n.
Sigma by root n. Very good. As I hope you remember, I told you standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. If I take the square root of this whole, what will be the square root of this? Sigma square by n. This is sigma by root n. Okay, so we make a small, this central limit theorem helps us in further statistical calculations, and it also modifies the formula for sampling distributions. So two formulas you have to write for this topic. We are having only two formulas in this chapter, only two. So this is number one. So all of you, please write down the formula. Please write down the formula. So if a population follows the normal distribution, the sampling distribution of the sample mean will also follow the normal distribution. In both cases, are you getting this? In both cases, whether the population is normal or not normal, the sampling distribution will be normal. Okay. That is the utility of sampling. Okay. That's why we don't work on population, we work on sampling. There are other reasons also, what I told, but this is the major reason. So to determine the probability a sample mean falls within a particular region. Okay. So what will be our Z value formula now? What will be our Z value formula? The formula that we had given, it becomes now x bar minus mu. All of you, please write down this formula. X bar minus mu divided by sigma by root n. Okay. So you can see we are not taking standard deviation. We are taking the standard deviation. We are modifying in this way because it's a case of sampling distribution. So we don't take sigma, we take sigma by root n, where sigma is the standard deviation of the population and n is the sample size. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me give you also another formula. Now, so see this difference. If the population follows the normal distribution, the sampling distribution of the sample mean will also follow the normal distribution. Okay. But if the population does not follow the normal distribution, now see very, very carefully, but the sample is of at least 30 observations. Sometimes students go and ask, sir, what sample size for the SIP? Minimum 30, below 30, nothing will work. Okay. Suppose you are doing a research on the CEOs. How many CEOs you have to contact, Akash? Minimum?
30.
Minimum 30. Below 30, no normality will come. You cannot apply any statistical test except chi-square. Got my point? So at least 30 observation. The sample means, look, the sentence will follow the normal distribution. In this case, we will use the formula T is equal to Z and T. I will come to this story. Z and T. T is another distribution very similar to Z. Okay. So X bar minus mu divided by S by root N. See, here we are using S. We are not using Y because here the sigma is unknown. Please see. If the sigma is unknown, 5 crore population, 5 crore population Pepsi drinkers. Can you calculate the sigma? Akash, 5 crore. And you don't know also who are these 5 crore. Got my point? The practicality. So you, in that case, you will take a sample of 2000 and you will calculate the sample standard deviation. So it is given. That's why it is S. That's why it is S. Okay. So X bar minus mu divided by S by root N. Okay. So if sigma is known, we will use this formula. If sigma is unknown, we will use this formula. Only difference, we'll say, sir, formula the same here. Only difference is that here, if sigma is known, the sigma means, what is sigma? Sigma means population standard deviation. But if population standard deviation is not known, what we will do? What we will do? We will go for sample standard deviation. So that's the end of our sampling distribution, but we will do a problem. So just go through. Yes.
Sir, can you explain the previous Z formula using an example again?
Which one? Previous one?
Sir, Z formula.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I repeat again.
So you can example for explaining, please.
Yeah, I am doing. That's why we are doing one example. I have not ended. We'll end with this example. Okay. So please, all of you go through this example. All of you, please go through this example. I am giving you 3-4 minutes to study the problem. Okay. Okay, so hope you have gone through. All of you read the problem?
Isn't the sample that is collected too less?
Yeah. Have you no? Have you gone through the problem?
So I have gone through the problem, but I'm asking that he selected 16 bottles from the filling line. Isn't that too less
Hmm.
to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a get a normal answer? We
Hmm.
need the sample to be at least 30, right?
Hmm. Okay. So have you gone through the problem? Yes. Tejaswita, have you gone through?
Sir, I did, but I'm not understanding from the problem right now.
Yeah. So before I solve, who is going to explain me the problem? What is the example all about? Somebody can explain. What is the first you have see solution is will take only 2-3 minutes. But first you have to understand the problem. Yes, who will explain what is the problem all about?
So basically, the problem is related to the jumbo bottles of the Coca-Cola, and there's a problem that some are like overfilled and some are underfilled, and there's not a specific or a similar way of filling the proportion is not similar in every bottle.
Right, right. Yeah. So what we have to do here? Yes. And anyone else would like to explain this problem? Problem. I'm not asking for solution. Yes, Akash. Are you
Yes,
there?
yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the problem all about? Okay. Let me explain you the problem, then the solution will come. Okay. So problem says, see, what happens in a cola company or in soft drinks, uh, if a soft drink company give excess cola, right? Suppose in a 100 ml bottle, 101 ml is given. The customer will be happy, right? But what will happen to the company? In each bottle, 1 ml is going out, excess. So what will happen to the company? If suppose 1 lakh bottling is done in a day, 1 lakh bottling, and per bottle 1 ml is going. So 1 lakh ml of cola will be a loss for the company, isn't
Yes,
it? Yes. Number two, what can be the vis-a-vis situation? 1 ml less. Although 1 ml is very small, but suppose 1 ml less, and as a customer you are getting from Coca-Cola, yes, from Coke you are getting a bottle less, 1 ml less. So the customer goodwill will be affected. That what sort of company they are giving less, 1 ml, 2 ml, they are giving sometimes less. So this is the dilemma of the company, or say this is the, this is a challenge for whom? This is a challenge for the production, the packaging, or say the bottling plant manager. The challenge is not 1 ml, even 1 ml will not go extra, and even 1 ml will not go less, Okay. So the problem is that he has to be accurately 100 ml. So every time the checking has to be done, you know, every hour in a bottling plant, checking is done that whether extra cola is going, less cola is going. So they check. This is the problem all about. Clear? Now, it cannot work. Its records indicate. So its records indicate that the amount of cola follows the normal probability distribution. The mean amount per bottle is 31.2 ounces and the population standard deviation is 0.4 ounces. Okay. Now, this is the bottling process. At 8 AM today, the quality technician randomly selected 16 bottles from the filling line. The mean amount of cola contained in the bottle is 31.38 ounce. So these are some figures. Now see, only thing we have to identify from this is that what is X bar? Let me write here, what is X bar? What is sigma? What is N? Okay. So all this, because here Komal Sharma entering now. X bar, sigma, N. So these are the you know, values that, and also mu that we have to extract from the problem. Clear? Is this clear? So now we know all the what is X bar, what is mu, what is sigma, N. Now you tell me what is mu here? Yes. What is mu in this problem? How do we understand? हम कैसे समझेंगे? Okay.
31.38.
Okay. No. So see, first of all, we have to see where the sampling is done. If you see this sentence, all of you read this sentence. At 8 AM today, the quality technician randomly selected 16 bottles from the filling line. The mean amount of cola contained in the bottle is 31.38 ounce. So if you read this sentence, this 31 point mean amount of cola is 31.38 ounce. So this has come from where? The sample, isn't it? This is my sampling now. Randomly selected 16 bottles. So what is my N? Yes. What is my N?
16.
16. What is my X bar?
31.38.
Very good. What is my sigma?
0.4.
Yes. What is my sigma? 0.4. What is my mu?
31.2.
31. Is it clear now? Now you will understand why I told you sample statistic, population parameter, everything should be separated. Okay. If you are not clear with this, then it will be very difficult. So sample, whatever information comes from the sample, we will write in the sample. Whatever comes from the population, we will write for the population. Okay. So we got this. Now, what we have to calculate? What we have to calculate? Please read the last two lines. Last two lines. Is it likely the process is putting too much soda in the bottles? Is it likely, right, that it is putting too much soda in the bottle? Or to put it another way, is the sampling error of 0.18 ounces unusual? Or whether extra cola is going? So we will get that from where? From the Z value. So now can we calculate the Z value? Can we calculate the Z value? Yes, Akash. Can we calculate the Z value?
Yes, sir.
What is our formula? What is our formula? X bar.
Mean minus mu. upon standard deviation divided by n under root of n.
So whenever you say mean, please say sample mean or population mean. Okay. So now onwards, please always say sample mean. Sample mean. Okay. So sample mean, this is my population mean. This is my sample size. Okay, so we know everything. Put the value, calculate the Z value. Please, all of you calculate the Z value. What the Z value?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. You have got the Z value. Now let us go to the, so up to here clear? Any query?
No, sir.
Okay. So let us go to the, now. So hope you remembered in the last class, we discussed normal distribution, Z value. We have seen the chart, normal probability distribution, you know, value. Okay. We have seen the area under the Z value. So we will use that. So find the probability of observing a Z equal to or greater than 1.8. So we have to see. So if you see this, what is the probability that the Z value is greater than 1.8? Which will be the area greater than? Which is the positive side? This is the positive side. This side is negative side. But we have to see whether excess cola is going. So how much area is this? How can we calculate this area? Yes. So we know the Z value is 1.8. So if you see the Z table, all of you please open the Z table. Please open the Z table. Are all of you with Z table? So open the Z table and see for Z equals 1.8, what is the probability of the area under the curve? See, all of you check the probability.
0.4641.
Very good, very good. Excellent, excellent.
0.4641.
Excellent. So all of you can see the Z table. In the last session, I showed you for 1 hour how to see the Z table, right? All of you have got this Z value or not? I mean, for this Z value, you have got this area. Yes or no? Only Nimish and Akash are answering. Nobody else.
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So now, if you remember, we told that the total area under the curve is 1. And these two are identically, please listen carefully. These two, this is the mean line, mean. Okay, Z is equal to 0 means mean. Our mean was, or sample mean was this one. Okay. So this mean divides the curve into half, identical half. So this is 0.5. This is 0.5. This half is also 0.5. But we are not concerned with this half. We are not concerned with this side, this half. So we are concerned with this half only. Now see, all of you. So this area, that means what is 0.4641? This area, I am just giving straight arrow. Okay. Parallel lines. This area is 0.4641. So what will be this area? Yes. What will be this area? The total is 0.5. This area is 0.4641. So what is this area?
0.0359.
Fine. Fantastic. How would we got it? 0.5. 0.5 is my total area. This area
0.5 minus 0.4641.
very good. Excellent. So you have got it. So 3.59% cola is going extra. extra, 3.55, which is a good amount of cola, 3.59%. Yeah. So that's the end of my problem. So you have to write in this way. So what we can conclude? 4%, like it is actually it is just 4% chance we could select a sample of 16 observations from a normal, so with a mean of 31.2 ounce and a population standard deviation 0.4 ounce, and find the sample mean equal to or greater than 31. So 4% chance of. So is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so we are done with sampling distribution. Yes, any question? We have to take question. I will take any question, anything. So we have covered sampling and sampling distributions. Done. We have covered with sampling and sampling distributions. Any question on the 2-hour session? Anything you want to ask? Yes, Akash?
So all clear.
Yeah. So I'm going very slow. Perhaps I will take one extra class. I don't know whether I will be able to finish the syllabus. If required, I will take extra class. Don't worry. But I'm going very, very slow actually, so that you can, there is no problem in comprehending, right? So if required, I will take extra class. I will let you know, but not now if required. Okay, so sampling and sampling. Any question, please ask. We are through with sampling and sampling distribution. Okay.
Sir, when you make us do 1-2 questions more, then we'll understand clearly.
Yeah, in the tutorial class we'll do
Okay.
3-4 problems. 3 problems, minimum 3. Always I do minimum 3 problems in the tutorial. Okay, so any more question, please ask. Yes, Tejashwi, any other question? Any conceptual question? Anything?
No, sir, not right now.
Okay, so far so good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, so yes, any query you can ask. I have stopped sharing. Okay. So we are left with 3 topics before midterm. Another 3 topics are left. Yes, any question, please ask. Yes, Mayank, any query?
No, sir.
Hope it is clear, this topic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will take a few quick questions if it is there, otherwise we'll wait up.
No more questions, sir. I think.
Okay, I think no question. So
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so we can wind up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to all of you.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.